Alright, so you're here because you want to know the difference between a 17 Pro and a 17 Pro Max. There's of course some differences between their screen sizes, batteries and performance, and there are of course some trade-offs also. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video.
So, guys, if you look at the boxes themselves, you might not be able to tell which one is which, especially given the perspective. But yeah, I think this one's the Pro Max and this one's the Pro. If I put it together, you can tell a little bit, I guess. But the hand feel is definitely different. And you can tell it when you look at the screens. So the iPhone 17 Pro comes with a 6.3-inch display, and the iPhone 17 Pro Max comes with a 6.9-inch display. Both of them are Pro Motion, I think that's what Apple calls them. Which means that it goes from 1 Hz to 120 Hz, and it's very smooth. Behind those amazing displays are some amazing batteries. So compared to the last generation, there's a massive upgrade. The 17 Pro comes with a 4200 mAh battery, if you take into account the eSIM version, because some of our friends from the other side of the world might not enjoy that big battery. For the 17 Pro Max, that's a massive leap. That's 5000 mAh batteries, which is Samsung S25 Ultra level. So you can imagine that with that battery, there's going to be a lot more longevity when it comes to day-to-day use, and you can feel it. In our testing, whenever we were daily driving the phones, the 17 Pro, while it did perform respectable level, it was not really good. It ended before the end of the day, which was quite disappointing when you're coming from like an older generation, because you're expecting the phone to last much longer than my older phone, like the 14 Pro, right? But when you go to the 17 Pro Max, well, that's a whole different story altogether. It lasted me the whole day with a lot to spare at the end of the day. That brings us swiftly along to the charging. Both of them have the same level of charging, which is 25-watt charging on the wireless, so Apple's MagSafe, and 40 watts charging on the wired through the wired medium, which is very close to the Samsung's 45 watt, but still not competitive to some of our Chinese offerings, which will go up to 100 watts or something. Again, for Apple, it's respectable though, still. Just because we have the blue phones, you can tell that we don't have a black offering this year, so we don't have black iPhones anymore. Marquez was pretty pissed off about it, I guess, and so am I. I mean, matte black is like such a neutral color, everybody wants it, but... Okay, moving swiftly along to the benchmarks. So you can take a look at the benchmarking scores here. So these are benchmarking scores from the LTT Labs, and you can see that there is a marginal difference, like 50 points in each category, the GPU, multi-core, and single core. In the multi-core, somehow the Pros managed to beat the Pro Max. I don't know what it was. We didn't do the testing ourselves, so we cannot comment on that, but it's weird that it did, because you would assume that with a bigger chassis and better cooling, the bigger one would perform better in every metric. And talking about cooling, God, you're gonna feel the cooling. So when we were making some of the videos earlier, we were filming with the 17 Pro, and what happened was, like, with 1 hour of almost continuous, like it was on and off, but it was almost continuous video recording, the iPhone Pro heated to such a level that we couldn't even hold it in the hand. It was sometimes up to 42 degrees in heat. That will burn you when you hold it for long periods. We had to stop recording because it was so hot. We were worried that the phone might just explode or something. And that is something we didn't notice with the Pro Max. I'm assuming that because of the bigger body, it's dissipating the heat much better throughout the aluminum unibody thing. But again, we didn't test it officially, so we cannot confirm that for you. But you should be on the lookout for maybe some long-term reviews of these phones to tell like how they are under stressful environments. So again, we didn't notice it with the 17 Pro Max, but we did notice it with the 17 Pro. And another thing that we noticed are the price tags. I mean, it's 1,599 Canadian dollars for the smaller model and $1,749 for the larger model. And if you bump it up to the highest possible specs, it's 2,199 Canadian rubles for the Pro and 2,949 for the Max. 2,949, guys. You can get a Fold 7 for that price. I mean, still the base model Fold 7, but again, that's like 2 phones in one. I don't know, for me, $2,900 seems like a lot. I don't know, maybe there are people out there who might make use of all of that spec and want to spend all of that money.
Plus taxes.
Oh, I didn't even think about the taxes. Yeah, imagine that. It's gonna be like how much? Like almost $300 of taxes on that. But the thing that I think everybody needs to keep in mind is the price to utility ratio.
Alright guys, hopefully we helped you with the decision that which one to buy. Please make sure you comment that which one are you going to buy, and thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.